Hi BookTube! My name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I'm coming to you with New Release Monday. So I did the first one of these videos last Monday and you guys really seemed to like it, and I really seemed to like it because it helped me make a decision on which book to add to my TBR for this week. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing again here. There are three books, three very different books, not very. So two of the books are kind of similar. One I would consider maybe to be a women's fiction romance. One is a thriller and one is a definite romance. So yeah, all three of these sound really great. They are all being published this week. They'll be coming out on the 11th of July. So yeah, I am super stoked. Let me know in the comments below, you guys, which one should I read next week? Like which should be on my TBR next week. So I have a feeling on which one might win just based on the fact that this author is so beloved. But there is one book that I'm kind of hoping, but I'm going to go with your guys' pick at the end of the day. So the first book is Hello Stranger by Katherine Center. This sounds so interesting. I have to admit, I've only read one Katherine Center, and it was The Happiness for Beginners, I think, the one where the girl went on the trek or whatever it was, which I really, really enjoyed. My friend Hannah is the one who recommended that during a live show a while back, and I read it, my mom read it, we both loved it, but that's all I've read by this author. But this is her newest release. So it says, Sadie Montgomery never saw what was coming, literally. One minute she's celebrating the biggest achievement of her life, placing as a finalist in the North American Portrait Society competition. The next, she's lying in a hospital bed diagnosed with a probably temporary condition known as face blindness. She can see, but every face she looks at is now a jumbled puzzle of disconnected features. Imagine trying to read a book upside down and in another language. This is Sadie's new reality of what she faces. So essentially it's her struggling to cope with this, and then it sounds like there might be a love triangle. I don't know. It says, not with one man, but with two very different ones. I don't know how I feel about that. That's not one of my favorite tropes. But again, it's Katherine Center. She didn't steer me wrong the first time that I read her book, one of her books, and I really enjoyed them. So this one sounds really interesting. I like the premise of this face blindness, or this face, very, very interesting. So yeah, that one definitely went on the list. The next one is the thriller, and I'm not going to read a lot about this one. Again, thriller, and I know most people like to go into these blind. So this is Windfall by Wendy, Corsi, Staub, I think is the author's name. In this newest suspense novel from New York Times bestselling author, three friends' lives terrifyingly unravel when they win a $1 billion lottery jackpot, and one goes missing. That's all I'm going to read. The cover is so atmospheric. Again, this is an author I have not read before. I have some of her books. I know some people who have read her books, and they've really enjoyed them. I just love the idea of this whole lottery win. I don't know about you guys. I'm fascinated. There's been TV shows on about people who won the lottery and how it really was a bad thing. It was not a good thing. There was one thing I read about, the guy's brother-in-law tried to have him killed in order to get the money. Other people blow through the money very, very quickly. Winning the lottery sounds like everybody's dream, but in reality, I think in some cases, unless you know what you're doing and, pretty much make sure you have a decent family who's not going to try and kill you, it's not a good thing. You know what I mean? So I'm very interested in this one, and it sounds really good. And the last one is definitely up my street, as they say. This book sounds so good. I have read this author. I actually read the first book in this series, I think, back in February of last year when I was in hospital. A lot of that was a complete blur to me at this point, but I did read the first one, I think, in this series. So this is the third book now, but you guys know me. I will read a book out of order. Doesn't matter to me in the least. We have The Summer of Second Chances by Miranda, Liasson, I believe is how you say her last name. And it's Darla Manning has survived cancer, so she can survive anything, including having to work closely with her ex-husband to help their best friends have an amazing summer wedding in their quaint Victorian beach town. Her cancer is cured, but what remains is a lifetime of tests and follow-up. While Darla has survived, she's not truly living. Nick Camerati knows he failed Darla in their marriage, but now he wants to show Darla that he'll be there for her no matter what. And the more time he spends with her, the more he realizes he wants Darla in his life for keeps. And they enjoy as they enjoy another couple's wedding festivities, he decides to remind her of their own love story and show her that, this time, he's here to stay. But when Darla has a test scare and other secrets come out, will she only push Nick away again? Sounds so good. I really enjoy now that books are putting more real life scenarios into them. It's not just, we don't get along or whatever the case may be. But they had a marriage. They were married and now they're divorced, and it's a second chance between a former husband and wife. Throwing into that, cancer is pretty big deal for a lot of people. We have all know somebody or know of somebody who had to deal with cancer. And it's horrible. It's absolutely horrific thing to have to go through. And, I really appreciate authors are putting these real life things into stories that I think people can identify with a bit more. So I really like that. So yeah, this one sounds really, really good too. Again, chances are I'm probably going to buy all 3 of these. But which one should I read first is my question. So again, guys, post in the comment section below. Do let me know, what book should I read for next week. And until my next video, everybody, take care and happy reading. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.